So I decided to shoot short videos on YouTube to share, my perspective and thoughts about my own life and also the observations, what I see, what's going on today's world and society. I'm sitting here right now in the nice path here in Czech Republic, trees and nature. And for those who check my videos for the first time, I just want to introduce myself shortly. My name is Adam. I'm 34 years old and I'm Vietnamese, born in Germany and raised in Czech Republic. And I discovered and reverted to Islam in 2019 in Vietnam before COVID hit. So I actually didn't chase or discover Islam. I think Islam just found me and chose me. Probably, I don't know if you guys believe in law of attraction, but I strongly believe in that, and it's highly correlated to Islam and the belief in the Almighty, in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And I decided to just share every Friday. I will do my best every Friday after Khutbah. For those who don't know, Khutbah is basically every Friday in the Islamic tradition is basically a sermon where the Imam, which is basically a man who lead the sermon, and each Friday he share the wisdom and the thoughts of Islam from Sunnah perspective and from Quran. And it's interesting. So every Friday I will park somewhere, sit here with you guys, and I would like to just share my thoughts and perspective on life. And today khutbah, or today's sermon, was about materialism and how we people and society are too attached to materialism and too attached to money, too attached to wealth. Me as a revert Muslim living here in Czech Republic, I can observe and see there's a lot of people, borrowing money to just buy the nicest looking house in a neighborhood. Or people just compete to each other, to borrow the money and just to buy the best looking car so the neighbor can be jealous. And I don't know, I feel I'm 34 years old, but I think thanks to Islam and thanks to that I embrace this religion, so I'm pretty happy and content in my life, because I don't need the most expensive car. I don't need the most nice and looking house. I just need a decent house where I have roof, where I have food to eat, where I have water to drink, and I think it's enough. And people, I think, they don't realize this simple observation. Just be happy now, like be grateful for what you have. And also I saw a lot of YouTubers these days, they also have this kind of format of videos, and instead of being happy, they all share like that they are miserable, that they gave up their job, and they don't know what to do in their life. For sure, I know that a lot of people are suffering, but it's maybe easier to just switch your mindset and just say that you're happy, that you're happy, that you're grateful with what you have. So this khutbah and sermon is pretty interesting because it was about basically materialism. And Islam as a religion teaches us, not only Muslim but also non-Muslims, to basically have a balanced life, to be detached from this materialism and this world, because we Muslim, we believe in afterlife, because afterlife is much better than here. If you're non-Muslims and you don't have any religion, for sure I think that you have something deep in yourself that believe that it's not the finish line, the life here. Because if you observe and look around you, so you can see a lot of people suffering, you see a lot of injustice. Like I've been blessed that I can spend most of my life here in Czech Republic and also in Vietnam, where I can observe basically different kind of suffering. In Czech Republic, it's basically loneliness because people here, they don't have too much friends or too many friends. They don't even know their neighbors. And I saw a lot of people here, even old people, they still have to work, part-time to be able to, support themselves. And in Vietnam, I saw a lot of beggars, disabled beggars, and selling like lottery tickets. So comparing these two worlds, like a Western world and Eastern world, I can already see from this simple observation that something is wrong, in this world right now. Like something is broken, for sure. Because if we live in the perfect world, you won't probably see like beggars or old people, still working as a cashier or in McDonald's, to do their best and still, struggling and paying the rent and bills and whatsoever. So yeah, this Khutbah, this sermon today was pretty inspiring also, that even if I'm happy right now in my life and content, every day, actually, because Muslims, we have 5 prayers every day. You have to be consistent no matter what, and these prayers actually help me to remind myself that that you can be happy right now. You don't need a lot of money. You don't need villas, swimming pools, or luxury cars. You don't need this one, because everything here is temporary. And if you realize this, if you realize that everything here is temporary, so you should be, don't tell me, you should be, if you realize this, you should be one of the happiest people in the world if you realize this simple thought. But unfortunately, people, they don't realize it enough. That's why they express jealousy. That's why they compete each other, who have better house, better cars, who has a better makeup, better plastic surgery, I don't know what else, whatever. And yeah, the problem is that today's society, I'm not saying everyone, but today's society, everyone is focusing on, on external stuff. Most of the people, they neglect their internal stuff, such as your soul. Because what else you can have? Like, let's say if you lose everything, your house, your spouse, your wife, your husband, everything, what else would you have in your life? Like if you don't work in your spiritual, well-being, so what else you gonna have? So I think it's much better approach to practice, even if you Muslim, if you non-Muslim, whatever, find some strong anchor, practice it every day, and just be grateful. If you do this, we Muslim, we do that, or I don't know what is other Muslim perspective on that, but prayers for me, 5 daily prayers for me, is a constant reminder to be humble, and that you can lose everything tomorrow. Like if you have this mindset every day, so you have to be content in your life. That's the results of 5 daily prayers for me. So I don't actually understand like why people are depressed, why they are lonely, why they are still seeking, something that can make them happy. It could be the seek of, I don't know, money, the seek of friendship, the seek of good career, the seek of wealth. It's constant seeking. And I think it's very unhealthy. Like if you constantly seek something, I don't think that you're gonna be able to find the happiness in life. Every human being, no matter your religion, race, ethnicity, background, no matter what, every human being in this planet is looking for happiness. And this happiness is simple, can be due by expressing gratitude every day for the rest of your life, I think. So I think this is the video I would like to share. I would like to thank you for your attention. And if you are struggling, or if you're on the same or similar journey as me, as a revert Muslim, or you discover Islam. So maybe this video would be helpful for you. You can subscribe my YouTube channel, and also you can subscribe to my newsletter where I share my thinking, my process, how I approach Islam in my daily life. So it could be helpful for you. If you're non-Muslims, or if you're still looking for some let's say spiritual anchor, this video is also for you. You can follow me. You can maybe learn from my experience, share with your friends, family, and maybe improve your life. That's, I think, enough from me. I don't want to be famous. I don't want to be the biggest YouTuber. My goal is just to simply every Friday after Khutbah, which is the Islamic sermon, after prayer from the local mosque here, I just come to the car and share my thoughts about what I learned from the sermon, and in general what I learned from my life. So that's it. So the final message is, guys, just be happy, just be grateful what you have, because there are millions of people who don't even have access to the human basic human needs, just water, food, shower, shelter. If you have these things, you're already one of the richest people in the world. You don't need to compare with celebrities or billionaires. Who cares? Who cares? Because you know that it's already temporary. So this wealth and the money that they have, they can lose it tomorrow. So that's it, guys. So just be happy, just be content, and Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Peace, and see you in the next video.